So we're going to get started with the call for this week. So hello, everyone. I'm so excited for this call. We just got back from a very exciting GTC in Vegas, and it was, I think, probably the best one I've ever been to. And I've been for 11 years. I've been going to GTC. So for me, I thought this was really, really good. So I'm just going to kind of have everybody share. Just let me get some people, I think, here. Just 1 second. So I'm just going to have everybody kind of share their takeaways from GTC, because I'm not sure if it was as exciting for all of you as it was for me, but I sure loved it. So I know I can see Jen on here, so I'm going to let Jen go ahead and share hers. Hers was, I'm sure, very, very exciting, because we all know as a new regional vice president, that would be awfully exciting to be able to walk the stage and to be able to go to a luncheon and be able to go like to the white party and all that fun stuff as a new regional vice president. So I'm so proud of you. I know your team is absolutely exploding. You're just about at your bonus, your regional vice president bonus, which is $60,000, you and your incredible team. So you're just blowing it out of the water. So I'm so, so proud of you. And it was such a great and exciting time to watch you walk that stage. That's why I do this business, is to be able to see and cheer people on, because there's no better feeling. So thank you so much, Jen. I'll let you share your takeaway. I'm sure we'd love to hear it. Okay.
Am I unmuted?
Yep.
Okay, hi everyone. So yeah, like Jacqueline said, it was, obviously it was by far my favorite GTC. It was pretty special. It's hard to kind of describe or put into words how amazing it was to attend GTC as brand new RVP. So, and that's kind of a little bit about what my takeaway was about, in just that, that's my 6th GTC, which is crazy. That's the 6th one I've been to. And over the years, starting with the very first GTC that I went to, I think I've said every year, I'm coming back next year as a VP. Like, I will be back here next year as a region. And it obviously didn't happen for a few years. And I was really hard on myself at times about that, showing up at the conference and just feeling like, oh, it's another year, and I'm not an RVP yet, and here I am back to GTC as an area manager, and I gave myself a lot of grief over that. But I think if going this year and being there as a VP and getting to surround myself with all the VPs through the different events that I got to go to, all the new VPs, what I learned and what was really reinforced for me is that it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get there. It really doesn't, because it's going to feel just as amazing. It was, yeah, like I said, beyond words. And just to listen to other new VP stories, there was girls there that had promoted within a year, and then there was people that had taken 8 to 10 years, and then there was myself, and I felt like I was really just kind of in the middle. And again, it didn't matter at all. It was just such an amazing feeling to get there. So that's kind of one of my big takeaways, was that if you just keep going, you will get there. And attending these events is so important. And it doesn't matter whether it's your 5th GTC as an area manager, or even as a consultant or as a district. It doesn't matter if, you are there as a team of one. You will get there if you keep persevering and just working the business and doing the do. And I am proof of that. And there was so many other VPs around me that were proof of that. And at the end of the day, just don't compare your journey to anybody else's, because your journey is your journey, and it happens for a reason, and it all plays out and unfolds for a reason. And once you get there, it doesn't matter how long you take, because it's going to feel amazing. And I can look at, my MVP goal now, and I think in my head, you know what, no matter when I get there, it's going to feel amazing. And I know I will. So yeah, that was kind of my takeaway. And the other thing I would encourage you guys to do that weren't at GTC is go back and listen to the presenters and go through and just kind of, it's not quite the same as being there, but there was so many good trainings, and a lot of it was on a lot of the new technology that's coming, and a lot of it really focused around social media as well, which I found really interesting, because admittedly it's not something that I'm very good at. So yeah, just take the time and go back through those videos. I don't know if they're posted on the source yet, but check those videos out. And yeah, it was an amazing feeling to cross the stage, but I know that it is going to feel 1,000 times more amazing to watch, all the new VPs on our team cross the stage as well. So yeah, that was kind of my takeaway.
And it is so true. No matter how long it takes, I'm sure it's still worth it regardless when it is. And it was so exciting.
100%.
So exciting. Thank you. We will have, I know Caitlin's on here. I can see her as well. We have two Caitlins. So Caitlin Smith, I can see you wave. So we'll let you share your takeaway. I unmuted you, so you're good to go.
Hi. Thanks for sharing, Jen. So I'll just start kind of things I took away and just kind of my vision and how it's changed after GTC. So one of the biggest things that I knew, but it really resonated with me is that we are the only people standing between ourselves and success. So if an Amish person with no electricity and internet can become an RVP and a man with no fingers can play the piano, none of my excuses are valid enough to not have the success that I want with this business. So also to not attach yourself, Peyton Mott said this, so don't attach yourself to the outcome, attach yourself to the activity. So don't presume people are too busy to have parties, just ask them, and don't get upset if they say no, just take the chance and go out and do it. This is huge for me because I always presume I know what people are thinking. She's too busy, she's gonna say no, and I just gotta do it. So you'll be surprised. Also, something that I took away and I think is super important for me is to just say your goals and your dreams out loud. I don't know, some of you might have been on the call in March, and I said out loud, it was one of the first calls in March, like, I want to be an area manager by the end of April. And I was scared because the most QB I had when I said that was 6,000, sorry. And that month that I said that, we almost went halfway to region qual. So that just feels crazy to me. And we finished area at GTC. So I'll just say my next goal out loud, and it scares me too, but I do want to be an RVP before next GTC. So that's my goal. It might be a stretch, but say it out loud, maybe it'll happen again. So, and then also Jen talked a little bit about the social media. I think it's awesome. I really, you need to watch Peyton Mott's call, especially if you have a lot of millennials you want to reach out to, because she talked about the Facebook Live parties, how she built her followers by using proper hashtags on Instagram. So I think I'm going to start doing some healthy happy hour lives at least once a month. That way my husband can join me and we don't have to get a babysitter because he has lots of knowledge on the nutrition. And I'm almost down 40 pounds since doing the healthy living since January. So yeah. I'm really passionate about that. So I'm excited to share with more people that don't live in Prince George. I think I'm going to start doing Facebook Lives. And also, I also just wanted to share with you kind of when I joined this business, when Jen brought up, so I joined this business on November 25th, 2016, so not that long ago. Jen Mackey said, you should really come to Vegas. We have our conference, like it's going to transform your business. And I just kind of looked at her, I'm like, I can't afford that. Like, there's no way. And then 1 month later, I was like, I saw the bigger picture of this business, and that's when I decided I quit my full-time job. So I just work part-time now. And I decided I can't afford not to go to Vegas. So my perspective really changed. And then lo and behold, like 2 of my new consultants decided they were going to Vegas too. And Jen, I loved your hashtag that you used on one of our team pictures. I wrote down, show up to go up. It's so true. Like, if I hadn't decided to go to Vegas, I don't think that I don't think they would have. And within the couple of days that we've come back, our business is starting to all our businesses are starting to explode. So it was worth it. And Jen, thank you for telling me how important it was to go to GTC.
It's essential. Like, it really made everything really real for me. It made me realize it was much needed. It was so inspirational, and just to see that nobody's different, everybody's the same in this business. So if they have it, you can have it for sure.
Yeah,
I
so
love
now I
that.
should stop before I start crying.
I love that. Well, I am so proud of you ladies, and I know you surpassed the area manager qualifications, and I know that within like 2 months you're an area basically, and I know how quickly you moved, and I'm so proud of you. That's so exciting, because once I think you got it, it was just like, this is happening, and your team just started to explode, and I don't think a year is unrealistic to become a regional vice president. I mean, you can do it whatever you choose, 4 months, 6 months, it's totally up to you. So don't set the bar too low, because I think that's maybe a little low, but no pressure there. But congratulations, I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad that you came. And I do feel that I know it's tough for everybody to go. I understand that. I mean, we all have lives at home, but I do think it's so important to attend and get that vision. Also, people who attend GTC, the stats show that our businesses grow up 30%. So that's pretty big. And I mean, that's what you can kind of look forward to. So that's super exciting. So thank you so much for sharing. And I'm very excited of what's to come. It's just a really exciting time right now. So everybody's really fired up, and it was just a really good conference. I know Caitlin's on here as well. We have another Caitlin, so I'm going to let Caitlin share.
All right. So with GTC, one of the biggest things that I got from it, and I mean, I went last year too, was just the diverse amount of people that are there. I know, everyone's kind of been talking about the new Amish RVP, but there's so many different people, from men, women, young, older. Like, you really can't prejudge anyone that's going to be in the business. And that's kind of the main thing, especially when I went for the first time last year, that I got out of it. Like, holy, look at all these people. I always kind of prejudge people when I talk to them about Arbonne, thinking, oh, they don't need this. Or there's even a judge in Arbonne that I heard about this GTC. So I went to the district manager training. So I did take a few notes that I'll kind of share with you, a couple things that stood out for me that were kind of new to me anyways, that I heard. So Kelly McAllister is an NVP in Canada. And one thing she said to me that's really stood out was, just because you join a gym doesn't mean that you're going to get in shape or ripped. So I think a lot of people, and I've kind of did this too, like, you sign up for your membership with Arbonne, you get your discount, which is great, but I think a lot of people kind of just expect that this great business is going to emerge out of this membership with Arbonne. But if you don't do the work and kind of lift the weights, so to speak, you can't expect to have a great business. So that's really important, and that's something, going forward with new team, that I'm going to kind of explain to them, because I think that's a really good analogy and something kind of simple that you can kind of remind yourself with. So I liked that. And then one other thing, just a bit of verbiage from another NVP that spoke at the district manager training, was Amy Powers, and she's an NVP from the US. What she does, which kind of I've heard over and over again, is to compliment, like, if you've got a prospect, compliment them first. But something that she does that's a little bit different, that I'm going to maybe give a try, is not to ask them specifically outright if they'll join the business or try your product. What she does is she compliments them first, and then she says, I'm looking for referrals for people to join my business, and also looking for new clients. Do you know anyone who would benefit from great products or from earning more money? And what she said is that often people will volunteer themselves. And I like that, because it's kind of like them coming up with the idea instead of you pushing it on them. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of try that one out. And another thing that she talked about is that, for me anyways, I'm a very visual learner, and I remember things visually. So as you can see behind me, I've got my whole life, my calendar, my whiteboard up there, or I wouldn't know what was going on at all. But she said, think about your business as kind of a normal brick and mortar business, where you've got the CEO sitting at the boardroom table. So you're going to be the CEO. So you're going to literally draw a boardroom table, put your name at the top. So you're the CEO, and you're going to choose a minimum of 4 NVPs that you want sitting around that table. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up with NVPs that are currently in Arbonne that you either know or have heard of, that really inspire you. And you're going to put a picture of them on your boardroom table. Oh, she's writing notes here. And think about, just wait. Okay, thank you. And think about qualities that that are great and make them good at Arbonne, your NVPs, and you're going to go out and you're going to search for people with those same qualities and have them sit at your boardroom table in your business to be leaders in your business, and make it a game too. She said, make it a game, a competition kind of against yourself or with your team to see how quickly you can go out and find those leaders to sponsor in your business. So yes, that's just a couple things that I got from the district manager training specifically, but I totally agree with you, Jacqueline. I mean, I've only been to 2 GTCs, but it was phenomenal. Like the trainings were absolutely awesome. I mean, it was great to kind of see our team again too, because I mean, most of you I only see, you know, once or twice a year. So it's good to kind of form those relationships too. And, you know, if you haven't been to a GTC or a CNTC, make it a priority and just try to budget for it every month in your, you know, usual budget. Like you got your budget for groceries or whatever, put like a CNTC and GTC fund in there too. Because it's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. That was awesome. And I love those tips. Those are awesome tips that we can all use. I'm going to totally use them myself. So the best copycat wins. So that's the thing about this business is we don't have to, I love that we don't have to come up with our own things. They're kind of already out there and you can pretty much get anything you need from anyone. And I love that part about this business. I had a few, and I really loved our time together too, Caitlin. So thank you so much for coming. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of laughs. I have a few takeaways that were sent in to me. One by Jenna Sandy. She said, this was my first time attending GTC. I was amazed and in such awe of the magnificent men and women that I met. The speakers were so inspiring, and it was great to hear that every single one of the most successful people in that arena had been where I was, had felt their moments of self-doubt and fear, and somehow they persevered. We all face our own obstacles. Mine is definitely a lot of self-doubt and discouragement when things aren't going as I had planned. The biggest thing I learned from GTC was to never quit, to never give up, and to keep on pushing when you think there's nothing left in you. I had 3 parties cancel on me for the final week of April while I was at GTC. It was a mix of emotion for me. I could have wallowed in frustration, but instead I got on the phone and I contacted some of my friends back home that I know hadn't been to anything I had done. I created my own party instead of passively sitting back and waiting for it to happen. I was so uplifted by GTC and hearing from ENVPs, RVPs, and many others. We all have similar struggles. Fear has 2 meanings, and what you decide to do in the face of fear will determine your success. Forget everything and run, which many of us do and will sometimes. Or, number 2, face everything and rise. These are things I learned from GTC. So thank you, Jenna, for sharing. Those were awesome. And I think that's kind of a common thing that we see is any fear or doubt you have, you attend something like this and you see that that's completely normal. We all have them. I still have them. You know, we all have that fear of rejection or fear of the unknown or fear of, it's just all fear-based, right? But once we push through all of that, it's incredible what's on the other side. So, and just remember when you have lows, there's a high on the other side. So don't quit in the dip. Just go through and there's a high on the other side. And I know that because I've been there so many times in my business. We all have. So I know that we have Jean Ann on the line too. So Jean Ann, if you want to go ahead and share your takeaway. Where are you? I'll unmute you. Oh, you unmuted. Okay, good.
I got it.
Good.
My BOMA is out for 3 days. So I'm just going to share a little bit about I'm in a very, very unique situation, just like Dan Mackey. I have been to 5 GTCs, 6 CNTCs. I started the business because I loved the products, but I stayed because I loved the friends that I got from the business. Every time I would get into a conference, I would get propelled, but it never really sunk in for me, like the whole why you do the business. And this GTC was by far the best. I can say that for sure. It really sunk in for me. What sunk in for me was I am not motivated by money. I'm in a unique situation. So if you have somebody on your team like this, maybe this is a great way for you to tap into them. I'm not motivated by money. I'm not motivated by a car. So I always struggled with that in my business. So when John O'Leary spoke and he talked about being a victim or a victor. So why me? Who cares? What more can I do? Right? It really resonated with me what he was talking about. You can take that either side, right? So if you're the victim, you can say, why does this happen to me? Who cares? You know, what more can I do? Or you can take it to the positive. And for those of you that don't know about me, my passion in life is definitely mission work and charity. I do travel to a third world country 3 times a year. I'm going to share with you, I shared this with my team. This is very vulnerable for me to do this with everybody, but I'm going to share with you this picture, and I'm going to say, so one of the speakers spoke about what if you think that you don't need the money in Arbonne, walk into a shelter and say to them, say that same thing. I don't need the money. So that really struck a chord for me. These are pictures of the last 2 years. Some of them are very personal to me. And when I look at these pictures and I put this together for my team, I looked at it like all joy. These are people that have nothing. And as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner is my oldest son with the little kids at the orphanage. The bottom left-hand corner is a little girl that I'm very connected to. I pay for her psychiatry. All this money has come from Arbonne. The lady that I'm hugging there in the top picture, she was sleeping on a floor, a dirt floor, and getting a bed. That was paid by Arbonne commissions. The girl in the top right-hand corner was severely abused by her father, and she just wanted to have her quinceañera when she was 15 years old. So we paid for that. Arbonne paid for that. So just kind of in conclusion, you know, what more can I do? For me, I was moved because I thought, oh, you know, I make some great money and everything like that. But now I think, what more can I do with 10 times that money? How many more people can have beds and be fed and do all that, right? So I'm like shaking because it was such a moving experience for me to do that. So every conference you hear, when you help enough people, you will succeed. And I never really got that until this conference. So for me, it really sunk in about that and helping others and so I suggest if you have a passion and you're trying to find your way, this is one of the things I really suck. There's so many people in Arbonne doing amazing things that really take it and run with it. So I've never done this before, ever in the history of Arbonne, but I actually wrote out my region date, and I've never done that ever in 6 years. So region date 09-17. It's happening. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thanks for being vulnerable. I love seeing the visual. That's awesome. And I love that you share that that's what it is for you, because that's what it should be. I wrote that down too. John O'Leary was absolutely incredible. And I saw him in Hawaii, and he was just as incredible the second time. And I love that. What more can we do? Because we can all do more. And I love that he said, think of a challenge, like any challenge in your life or your business, and then write down what you're grateful for about it. So whatever it is, okay, the computer system won't work. What is it you're grateful for about that? Well, for me, it teaches me patience. Some days it's like, holy, the computer just went through the window. But it does. It teaches me patience and growth. And we know that we're growing, and there's lots of good things about it. So anytime I face a challenge, I stop and I go, what am I grateful for about this challenge? How's it helping me to grow? Because everything in life is either a lesson or a gift. So what lesson am I getting from it, or what gift am I getting from it? So that was really huge for me with John O'Leary. I love that. And just even seeing him and what he can do, and talking about Martha Yoder, the Amish RVP, that was incredible as well. I love the 1, 2, 3 goals when you leave a party. That was awesome. What is your goal when you leave a party? 1, business builder. 2, rebookings. And 3, preferred clients. 1, 2, 3. So I thought that was awesome. I love that. And I loved Meg McLean when she talked about the different generations of how we communicate with. I love that. I thought that was fabulous. Like, don't just pop by someone's house that's under 30 years old. I couldn't quit laughing because she said they'll be hiding behind the couch. They need to know why you're coming over. I thought about it and I was like, oh yeah, because us older folks, and I'm not kidding, us older folks, we like to stop over for coffee. I go into Natin and I always stop by Julie's house, and she's like in her 60s, and we have coffee. So when I heard that, I started laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I do that all the time. I just pop over for coffee. So I need not to do that with the younger. And just like using voice, record more on my phone with people who are under 30 instead of, because they like to text, instead of, trying to call them all the time. Because when you call somebody under the age of 30, this was great. They think it's an emergency. The only one they're answering is maybe their mom. Even if it's their best friend, they think, oh my gosh, what happened? Who died? So I love that because I do it all the time. I'm like a stalker. I'm like, read out. Why won't they answer? I don't get this. Like, why won't, like, I want to talk to them. And they're like, no, they don't want to. So stop pushing it. And the social media aspect was huge for me. I am terrible at social media, like horrible. Like, I don't know how it works. I don't know what Instagram is. I don't know what Snapchat or Chat or whatever the heck all those are, or like, what's the other ones? I don't know. Like, I don't know any of them because I don't know. And I don't know how to use them. So it's not comfortable for me. So then I just don't. But when I heard, I think it was Peyton that talked about how she's built a business through social media, and it is what's happening. So we need to work on those things. And even though I'm uncomfortable with it, I need to start using it and I need to learn it. And it's just the way it is. It's just what's happening. And she built her whole business through that. So you know what? From that, I thought about it. I could just kind of copy people's posts. Like, how hard would it be? You know, like, I just need to get better at it because I'm missing the boat. You know, I'm trying to still do it the way when we had dial-up internet, because that's how I did it, right? Like, I picked up the phone and I called people. So for me, I got a lot out of that, you know, a lot of people use social media and the younger generation do not want to talk to me on the phone. So that was really huge for me because, and I love Cecilia Stoll. I thought she was absolutely incredible how she talked about being the #1 network marketing business that gives back. That's huge. That is, for me, I was like, yes, I want to be that. That's amazing. And just how she shared her heart with everybody. And I thought she was incredible. And just to see that, she's always probably my favorite, but I loved it. I thought it was, all the training was really useful. I also have a takeaway here from Natalie. I just don't want to forget about it. I'll read it. Natalie Broderick is an area manager. So she sent this to me. Basically, I thought it was over the top awesome. Not only was the content of the speakers shared great, but the entertainment was too. Totally got us pumped up and felt treated to some amazing performances in an incredible venue. It was more than I expected for sure. I took away tips that I've heard before, but were reinforced in a different light through different people's stories. My biggest takeaway was the team building opportunity that happened from going to a conference such as this. Poolside chats, yummy dinners, and shopping. All great ways to get to know each other better and to bond as a team. And this is so huge. This is where you get to bond and you get to have fun and you're around like-minded people and connect. The networking opportunities with other Arbonne consultants from around the world kept popping up as well. I learned a ton on the plane ride home. Samantha Lopez, who is an ERVP from Ottawa, was sitting beside me on the flight to Vancouver. She shared a lot of tips and a lot of funny stories to tell me about her team's experience. It brought up light that teams go through the same kind of ups and downs in the business, but belief, perseverance, and sometimes the ability to laugh at yourself can get you through it all. Social media was a big thing she has been working on, and it was discussed a lot at the conference as well. Samantha told me she signed up a new consultant from New Jersey while at the conference. The lady had watched one of her Facebook Lives and told Samantha that she has been looking for the right upline to join their business and got a great impression from watching her team on the Facebook Live. So the idea that people want to join you, not just the business, was reinforced to me as well. That's another thing that's scary for me is Facebook Live. So that's something else maybe I need to work on, but you know, those are things that are scary and those are things that we can all work on. So just even writing down things that you're going to work on that you maybe took away from the conference, right? That you're like, okay, this is maybe my strengths and these are some of my weaknesses. One of the best thing I heard, and I don't know who said it, so I'm stealing it, is your activity matches your belief. That was my favorite thing. So what is your belief? Take a look at your calendar. If it's full, your belief is high. If it's not, then you need to work on your belief. You need to work on your belief in yourself, in the business, and in the industry. So you need to figure out where that gap is in your belief. And that was so huge for me because I thought, you know, what is it sometimes with people that maybe is standing in their way? And it could just be a little bit of belief. You know, you just work on that little bit of belief, and I can guarantee you your activity on your calendar is going to change. And activity, honestly, it fixes everything. It really does. And it's never too late. You can fix it. Anybody can. So I think that's kind of it for who was going to share, just because we're already at a half hour. And I just wanted to share with you what the homework is going to be. And I am going to send this out. So I want everyone to print off the new Business Builder checklist. And the reason I want you to do this, and I know it's very simple and I'll attach it to the homework, is because I want you to start out like you're doing this fresh, like you're doing this new. You're brand new, and because I do this all the time in my business, and I've been doing this for 12 years, and I still do this. So, and then from there, this is very easy to call any past hostesses, anybody you know. Nobody's tried the new products. So you have to remember that. Get out your list, and even if you want to rewrite it, and write down anybody who's had parties for you in the past, anybody you want to try the products, people have done services for you. Mine worked very well with my hairdresser. I told her, you know what, I support you. Every time I come in, I'm going to ask a favor of you. Can you please support my business and have a couple of your girlfriends over for free facials? And she was like, of course, I totally can. And I was like, oh, that was really easy. Like I didn't expect her. I don't know what I expected. And I've started doing that more. And I got over that fear of, well, why wouldn't they? Like, you know what? I support you every time I come in and I spend $100 and whatever and I don't even like it. And then I come back again, and now I got to go back again because she's having a party for me. It's a good thing she's not on this call. But anyways, it's the truth. So I'm going to have you start off with your activity. So what I want you to do with your activity is I want you to, if you have a team, even if you don't, we're going to have a call night. So we're going to have a booking blitz, or you can book a booking blitz with your team. So some of the verbiage I'm going to give you is I want you to get your team together. So for the booking blitz, you can pick whatever night, and I'm going to host one as well. So if you don't have a team, that's totally okay. And we're going to get on the phone and we're going to call. And why are we calling? We have new products and we want everybody to try them. They get to try our products for free. So we're also going to try that. Plus the products are absolutely incredible. So you're going to call up people that night when you have your booking blitz, and, you know, have some sort of reward at the end. Like have a free gift, something to do with the new products. Maybe you want to offer $100 a new product, whatever their choice is, to the person who has the most bookings. Because you know what, or 200, or whatever it is you want to do within your team, because I am going to do one as well, so you're all welcome to join mine. And what you're going to do is you're going to pick up the phone and you're going to ask them very simply. You're going to say, you know what, I just got back from an incredible conference. Arbonne has the most amazing new products, and I would love for you to be one of the first people to try them for free. Do you have a couple girlfriends? I'm going to come over. I'm going to pamper you all with free facials, and you get to try these products. There's no obligation to purchase, but I want you to be one of the first ones to try it. And then you could get yourself some incredible new products for free. And I really appreciate the favor. This would mean the world to me. That's the little line that you need at the end. And then get your calendar booked off of that, and that's going to be done on the booking blitz. And from there, you're going to do the rebookings, and you're going to be looking for a business builder. Remember the 1, 2, 3 goals from your parties, and you're going to say them when you walk into your parties. 1, 2, 3. 1 new business builder. 2 new rebookings. 3 new preferred clients. If you need me to come along and say it for you and cheer you on, I will. I'll be there. So I'll be walking you in like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And thanks, Danielle, for that spin class, too. It was awesome. I talked Danielle into doing a spin class with me today. Yeah, I'm sure she's cursing me. But anyways, it was really hard. And this little chubby gravy kid from 4 weeks off, yeah, didn't fare so well. I wanted to puke or cry. Didn't know which one. So that's kind of your homework, is the activity. I want you to really focus on your feedback calls. Again, following the system from the Business Builder checklist will get you back on track. The 2 feedback calls per week, and then working on your mindset. What are you reading? Now, I want you to be honest. What are you reading, and are you reading on every day? So right now I'm reading Wake Up Happy. It's really good. So if you're not doing your reading, this is so important, or listen to stuff, whatever it is you want to do. And if you need more than that, we had talked about, finding a mentor or whatever it is, somebody that maybe needs that could coach you. I always say, if there's stuff that's going on that you can't work through, counseling's free. It really honestly is. I've done it a million times, and I'm going to be very honest. And it sure is helpful. It's helpful to work through things that you have going on personally. So that's kind of all I'm going to share. Does anybody else have anything they want to share before I close out the call? If they do. You can't wait for the Facebook Live? Oh, me too. It'll be like, how does this thing work? Is this on? That'll be me. Yeah, I know. I'm honestly going to work on it, though. So does anybody else have anything they want to share?
I have a question for you, Jacqueline. We were just, Shauna was trying to put in orders this morning. Have you heard anything about the system being down?
It was not. I was giving me an error when I was trying to put stuff in, so I actually gave it a little break, and then I wrote down what I was grateful for about it. And what I was grateful for is that I got to go to spin class.
Awesome. Okay. We'll write down.
I don't know. I'm gonna try again.
It's still not working.
You're so funny.
Okay, well, I need to think of something else I'm grateful for. Okay, well, I guess I can do laundry then.
I'm not grateful for this. I'm grateful for your humor.
Well, you gotta laugh at yourself, honestly. This business is, that's probably the best part, and we missed you so much, Shauna. We missed seeing you.
I know.
And it was awesome. And Carrie too, we missed seeing you. It was really, really awesome. I thought it was just a lot of fun. It really was. Yes. So everybody, I'm going to send out the homework and the recording, and I thank everybody for sharing. It was awesome. It really was. So
Yes.
thank you. Have a fabulous day, everyone.
Awesome. Thanks, Jacqueline.
Bye.
Thank you.